Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Go Fish Gaming, a new channel that I'm starting, and my name's John. And the channel's going to be heavily focused on Magic the Gathering. That's a game I'm really passionate about that I've been playing since Mirage, so that's what, 28 years ago at this point, 27 years, something like that. Been involved with Magic in one capacity or another for almost all my life. And at this point, I don't know if I should even be starting a channel. The consensus for everyone out there seems to be that Magic is dying. And while we're celebrating Magic 30th right now, Magic's not going to have a Magic 35, based on what I'm seeing. The companies involved, Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, they're going to fold. That's the rhetoric that seems to be out there, and that seems to be the consensus of all the YouTubers that I know and love, that I've been following to keep up on the game, to listen to the different versions of the game that are available between Commander, between Standard. I like it all. I'm a father. My kids are too young to play Magic right now, and I want them to be able to play Magic in the future. So I need to step up and do what I can to help this as well. Here's my main problem. Many of the YouTubers that I'm listening to, whether they have larger channels or smaller channels, it's all a little relative in the Magic world, but there's lots of different ones that would be on the investment and collecting side. There's lots of different YouTubers that would be on the gameplay side. Just having fun with friends and really putting the gathering in Magic the Gathering. One of my main issues that I have right now is I think you're all wrong. I think you're missing the fact that from what I can see and the evidence that's been provided to me, both the data and the lack of data, seems to indicate the game's growing across all formats that I can tell, both on a digital format, both on an in-person format. There have certainly been hiccups. The pandemic didn't help in a lot of different ways, but at this point in time, it looks like that the game is strong. I need your guys' help to understand what I'm missing, because I think you're all missing something, and it's not me that's missing it. Here's how I'd like to get that started. My first problem that I have is we seem to be looking at Hasbro's stock price and seeing something about Hasbro's stock price indicating that this is a clear sign that Wizards of the Coast is in the wrong direction. And I don't understand that. To be clear, I'm going to pop the stock price up there. This is Hasbro over the last 6 months. That's down. I can see that. I understand numbers a little bit. I work with data all day. I'm a data analyst. I've been a financial analyst before. I see that the numbers are bad. I wouldn't say this is a dumpster fire. I know that's the term that's going around. I would say that it is pretty clear this is in correction territory and might be just negative. It's a bad trend. We would rather see those numbers higher, not lower. I don't think Hasbro was overpriced before, so a correction is certainly a bad direction to go. However, what I'm missing is why that has something to do with Magic the Gathering. I see everyone speculating. I see everyone saying that it's killing the golden goose, that it's obvious that this is backlash to all the things that Wizards of the Coast is doing wrong, and Hasbro relies heavily on Wizards of the Coast to make their products work. Okay. What I'd be looking for is evidence that this is some issue with Hasbro as opposed to everything else. As an example towards that, the next stock that I'd be looking at would be one of Hasbro's main competitors. Hasbro makes toys, collectibles, gaming, things like that. And another company that does that is Mattel. Mattel should be in a similar boat as Hasbro. If they're in a different story, then I would expect there to be a reason for that story to be different. And one of those reasons could be that Wizards of the Coast is helping Hasbro tank their stock, and this is backlash to what's going on. So I'll pop Mattel's stock up there. Looks to me like Mattel's in the same boat. I haven't seen anyone address this. Why is there a big difference between Hasbro and between Mattel? I, for one, certainly would believe that it has something to do with Wizards of the Coast. I know that they would tank Mattel's stock too, obviously not just as a competitor, but Mattel would be a manufacturer of Barbie, and I was really looking forward to all those Barbie crossover Magic the Gathering cards. I really wanted to have my Barbie Rexian Obliterator and my favorite card, Chemcaster Mage. I really wanted to see that printed, and it seems like since Wizard of the Coast is folding at this point, they're never going to have that partnership with Mattel, because Mattel looks like they're folding too. Applying the same logic, of course. Maybe that's not a fair comparison. I can already hear what you guys are saying, John. Sweet summer child, John. That's not what's happening here. You shouldn't compare Mattel and Hasbro. One makes toys, and the problem that we have with Hasbro is that they make a collectible card game. You should look at collectible card games to compare. Okay, let's look at collectible card games to compare. Here's Konami over the last 6 months. They'd be the makers of Yu-Gi-Oh! It looks to me like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the same problem. They're clearly opening their pot of greed. Someone wrote that joke for me. I don't know what that means. If you guys could comment down below as to what exactly pot of greed does, that would be really helpful, because I don't really understand that one. But what I do understand is all three of these companies that would be competitors in one way or another seem to have the same kind of underperforming stock. There could be a reason for this, but I haven't seen any of my favorite YouTubers address these reasons as to how there's something unique happening with Hasbro. And that makes me disappointed and a little bit mad. If you guys aren't asking the questions, then I think I need to stand up and ask the questions for you. That's what I'm doing now for all my listeners, for anyone out there who would be looking to subscribe to a new channel that would be doing this. These are the types of questions I want to be asking, and I want to put that question out to you guys as a community. Why is Hasbro stock underperforming, and how do we know that's Wizards that's doing that when we see the same problem in competitors for Hasbro? I haven't seen anyone ask that question. I haven't seen anyone address that question. I'm looking to learn. I'd love to see what answers you guys could come up with. So if you don't mind, if you could like, if you could subscribe, and most importantly, if you could comment on the video to give me a direction to go here for that, I'd like to uncover this and see if we can help save magic together.